See, next one is the moment of inertia by the integration from the first principle we have to determine. Okay, the how the centroid, you have one formula, centroid for the rectangle, triangle, and chord, subchord, and quadrant. How you have the formula, the same you have to find out the moment of inertia for the rectangle, triangle, and circular, chord, quadrant, and all. For that each you have to determine. Okay, so that's why, so we'll find out the moment of inertia of the rectangle. Okay, so you take this section, see here. You take this section, so this is the rectangle section of a B and a D. Okay, so considered an elemental strip, so this is an elemental strip of the elemental strip of length B and width dA. Okay, so here dA is the width. Okay, or you take width or depth. So area of an elemental area is 1 is B into dy. Okay, so at a distance of from here. Okay, so center from here to here, it's a distance of y from the centroidal. Okay, so centroid. So if you want to find out the moment of inertia about this, this means what you have to take it, that is the elemental area, that is the dA, okay, into square of the distance from here to here. So the x is the reference axis, x-axis is the reference axis, and y is the another reference axis. Okay, so it is this from here to here, it is d by 2, here to here it is d by 2. So the limiting value, the integration value varies from here to here it is positive, here to here it is negative. So it is plus d by 2 and minus d by 2. Integration varies from d by 2 plus d by 2 and minus d by 2. So you have to know this as soon as you see the figure. All this you have to remember. Okay, plus d by 2 is the upper limit and minus d by 2 is the lower limit. Okay, so whatever the figure it is there, so I'm taking from that. So for the elemental area, the moment of inertia will be, what is that, the one is the area of this element into square of the distance from the elemental area to the reference axis. Okay, so that's what here I'm written di. See here, di is equal to y square into dy dA. So y square is here, this one. Okay, the from the elemental area to the reference axis distance is y, so that's why it is y square. Okay, so into dA. Okay, according to the standard definition of moment of inertia I'm taking. Okay, so that is dy with respect to axis x is equal to y square into d into dA. Okay, dA, y square into dA. Okay, what is this dA? dA means what? So dA means area of the elemental area. Okay, whatever the area you are seeing here, hatch portion. Okay, hatch portion is there, that hatch portion area. Okay, can you see here, hatch portion area? So dy into b, length is b. Okay, it is here written, so length is b into d, no, depth is dy. Okay, yeah, breadth is dy and length is b. Okay, that's what I'm written here. Okay, so that's why b into dy, dA is equal to b into dy. So substitute the dy value here. Okay, now dixx is equal to, it will become y square into b into dy. Okay, now you have to do the integration. So integrate it. So if you integrate this left hand side, dixx, it will become, so d is a small differentiation. For the smaller element you will call it as d. So if you integrate this, you will get ixx, dixx. If you integrate, you will get ixx. Okay, so this for the left hand side. Right hand side we'll see. Okay, see right hand side, so you will get the integration. B is a constant, you remove outside. The limiting value, mine I told as previously, it is a minus minus d by 2 plus d by 2. So integration of y square into dy. So in the, that is what in the previously it is. See here, y square, whatever the y square into dy is, y square into b into dy. B is a constant, you remove outside, so y square into dy. Okay, so you are integrating with respect to dy now, so that's why y is a variable, so y square into dy. So that is y square into dy. Okay, so integrate this. So if you integrate, you will get y cube divided by 3. Okay, so you will get b, it will be outside only, so y square, if you integrate, you will get y cube divided by 3. Okay, so limiting of minus d by 2 plus d by 2. If you substitute the upper value and the lower value, you will get like this. First you put in the place of y d by 2, so it will become d cube divided by 8. So whole term you have to take it for cube. 2 cube is 8, 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8, so it will get 8. So here also for in the place of this one you have to put minus d by 2, so it will become minus d cube divided by 8. So minus minus it will become plus, so finally this will become d cube divided by 4. B by 3 it remains as it is. So here 3 you have to bring it outside. Okay, 3 is a constant, so that's why you bring it outside. Okay, so later it will become, it's like after calculating this one minus minus, but it will become plus. So this and this same, it is like x plus x, it will become 2x, like that. It will become 2d cube divided by 8. 2 and 8 if you cancel it, you will get 4. So d cube divided by 4. B by 3 you write it as it is. Finally this will become bd cube divided by 3 into 4, 12. So the moment of inertia of a rectangular section is bd cube divided by 12. So you remember this. This is the rectangular section. For a rectangular section, the moment of inertia is bd cube divided by 12. Okay, so this is for the rectangular section. So let me go for the next is another one, triangle one. Okay, so this is for a triangle. So this is a triangle of a base b, and this is the elemental area. Okay, so elemental area b dash, see here b dash is the length. Okay, so width of this, width or the height of this elemental area is dy. Okay, so the total height is h. So here to here distance is y. Okay, so h minus y is this upper distance. Okay, center from here to here it is y. Okay, so here to here distance is y. Here to here distance is y. So total height is h minus y, you will get this height from here to here. Okay, so we are finding the for a triangle what is the moment of inertia. Okay, so what you do is you take a small elemental area of the breadth b, and the thickness is the dy. Okay, so what you do is you take similar triangle. Okay, say take this one as a one similar triangle. Okay, and bigger one as the another one triangle. Okay, got it? So bigger to smaller, smaller to bigger. So if you take this side divided by this side, if you take this side, this is the smaller side of the smaller triangle, divided by bigger side, like that you have to take it. Okay, so take it b, this is the smaller one, so b dash divided by b. Okay, so one side, so b dash divided by b, that is the one I have taken one side. Okay, that is equivalent to, so next that is equivalent to this side, this one. Okay, so this is the height, so of the smaller triangle, this divided by this bigger one triangle. Okay, so I'm taking for the smaller triangle, for the smaller triangle height is h minus y, for a bigger triangle height is h. Okay, so b dash divided by b, h minus y divided by h. Okay, so that's why h minus y divided by h. So ratio of this one to smaller to bigger triangle, h minus y, the smaller height of the smaller triangle to the height of the bigger triangle, the ratio this one and this one should be equal. So that is called as similar triangle. Okay, similar triangle, we have taken the sides, there's sides with the ratios, that's all. Okay, so just you send b to this side. Okay, finally this b dash is equal to h minus y into h into b, you will get it. So then next this is for to take the find out the b length is not known, so that's why to find this b you have taken. Okay, now you go for the finding the moment of inertia. So we know that the moment of inertia of an elemental area is the area of this elemental area into square of the distance from elemental area to the reference axis. So reference axis, consider this is the base is a reference axis, the height distance is y. So area of the elemental area is base into this base into dy. Okay, or you take it the elemental area is dA as an element, dA into square of the distance is y square, dA into y square. So di is equal to moment of inertia, according to moment of inertia equation, di is equal to y square into dA. Okay, so you know that dA is equal to b dash into dy. How? This is the elemental area, the element, see here, this is the elemental area. For this elemental area, length into breadth is, you know that is breadth is dy. Okay, length is b. Whatever this, the area, whatever the elemental area is there, so this elemental area of this elemental area is considered, it is approximately whatever the shaded area is there, this one shaded area, so it utterly it looks like, okay, rectangle one. Okay, so rectangle one, the area is around length into breadth. Okay, so can you see here, it will be length into breadth. Length is b dash, so visible, length is b dash. Okay, height is dy. Okay, you can see here, length is b dash and breadth is dy. Okay, so area of an yes, smaller elemental area of the hatch portion is b dash into dy. Okay, so that's why b dash into dy, dA is equal to b dash into dy. You substitute the value of dA here. Okay, so you will get b dash dA is equal to y square into b dash into dy. Okay, so b dash into here y square, it will be remains as it is, but one by one I will come. So b dash into dy. Okay, so but I don't know the b, what is b dash. Okay, so b dash we have determined by using the similar triangle. So b dash is equal to h minus y divided by h into b. Okay, I will substitute the b dash value here. Okay, so it will become, so dA is equal to h minus y divided by h into b into dy. Okay, b into dy. So dA, this is for the dA. So next what you do is, the dA whatever it is there, you substitute in this equation. Okay, so finally DIAB is equal to the whatever the y square is there, you keep it as it is for the dA. So dA is equal to h minus y into h b into dy into y square. Okay, that is here. Okay, b it is as it is here only. So dy it is as it is here only, whatever the inside the bracket it is came here. So y square it is kept here. Okay, that's just reshuffled. So next what you do is, you integrate. So the value varies for the right angle triangle, it varies from 0 to height. Okay, in the rectangle you taken minus d by 2 plus d by 2, here you have to take it height. The integration value varies from 0 to maximum height h. Okay, so b and h it is constant, you remove outside. Okay, next is h minus y and y square. So y is the variable, so this is the one component and this is the another component which is variable. This is variable and this is the variable. Okay, so what you do is, you will get like this. So multiple y square on this one and this one. Okay, open the bracket and multiple. Okay, so finally it will become like h y square minus y cube into dy. Okay, so that this equation will reduces to, so after integration it will be reduces to just you integrate it, each term you integrate it. H is a constant, you keep it as it is. Y square, it will become y cube divided by 3. This y minus y cube is there, so that it will become plus, you add it, whatever the power is there, you add it plus and you bring that one to denominator. Y4 and 5 power is there now, that you bring to denominator. So limit 0 to h, you put 0 to h. Okay, next in the place of y is the variable, so in the place of y you put the h. Okay, so finally this equation will reduce us to this equation is reduces to like this. Okay, so h to power of 4 by 3 h minus h to power of 4 divided by 4. Okay, so take LCM 3 and 4, it will become 12. So 12 multiplied by each term, you do it. So finally you will get it h cube h to power of 4 divided by 12. So finally h you cancel it, this h to power of 4 will reduces to h to power of 3. Finally it will become h cube divided by 12. So moment of inertia of a triangle is bh cube divided by 12. So that is what the derivation of the moment of inertia of a triangle. Okay, so this is the very important derivation which you need to determine, so you remember it. Okay, so this is what the triangle. So for the triangle, okay, for the triangle the moment of inertia will be the bh cube divided by 12. So we'll go for the next derivation.